After traveling all around the Philippines, we find ourselves back in Metro Manila for our final quarter-final matchup in our PVL On Tour 2025. The crowd has come out here inside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City to see the action, who will be the last semi-final contender in our tournament. Our matchup for tonight, the final one of this doubleheader on a Saturday, the Creamline Cool Smashers take on the Farm Fresh Foxies, all live on One Sports and on Pilipinas Live. Michelle Gumabaw and her squad ready to take on Jolina De La Cruz and the Foxies, who are having a great tournament so far. So we welcome all our viewers to our coverage. Dip Yanko alongside Neil Flores. Alexis Tinsay is our courtside reporter. I missed you guys. It's been a long time since we covered together. At this time, isa na lang ang semifinals na paglalabanan nitong parehong koponan.
And you know what, Migs? Sabi ko nga, para din pala tayo mga athletes kasi iba yung muscle memory natin because we are now back at our home in the heart of Pasig City.
How about you, Neil? Your thoughts on this matchup?
Nakakapanibago na nandito na tayo sa Phil Sports ulit after traveling to different cities. But we know that there is only one last semi-seat left. So we know that this is going to be a pressure test between the Farm Fresh Foxies and the Creamline Cool Smashers.
Dahil na kayong dalawa, nakapag-tour kayo all around the country from Montalban to Cebu. Now we take a look at the quarterfinals matchup. Nabanggit natin, just one slot left. The others are determined already. Pasok na ang PLDT and they will face the winner of this matchup between Creamline and Farm Fresh, and para naman si Signal and Cherry Tigo.
That is correct. PLDT, Signal, and Cherry Tigo actually won their games in 3 straight sets. So that has been the trend, but let's see if tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung ganon. We know that pag ikaw nagko-cover, di laging 5 sets. So we are prepared for a long one between these two strong teams.
And I'm sure the fans would want to see that, especially with Creamline taking on the Farm Fresh Foxies. Let's talk about the Cool Smashers. You know, pinakaban nila yung fans nila this tournament, Neil. Not their usual dominant performance, but they still made it through automatically to the quarterfinals.
I agree. This wasn't the usual Creamline in the preliminary phase. Yes, they started out strong, but they also had back-to-back losses against Signal HD and Zeus Coffee. But in the end, yung skill category, skill rankings nila, I would say that it was still okay. First in setting, third in spiking, fourth in receiving. We're used to seeing them at the top of the standings when it comes to these skill rankings. But again, this is a knockout phase. So it doesn't matter kung ano yung standing mo in the skill categories. It's important to bring your best game today so that you can advance to the next round.
Not bad at all for the Creamline Cool Smashers. It's just that we're so used to them being on top. But we know when it comes to these types of matches in the playoffs, they go back to their usual form and get back to their championship selves. Let's talk about one player in particular, in Kyle Negrito. This is a 2-time best setter, so you can't doubt her skills at this stage of the tournament.
Despite the struggles in passing in the preliminary phase, Kyle Negrito still emerged as the best setter of the league after that pool phase. And even if may mga times na nahihirapan siya dun sa pasa, she can still find multiple ways on how to score against the defense of their opponents. And she's looking to bring that same game today. She's looking to set the tempo because we know that Farm Fresh is also one of the defensive teams in the PVL.
Alexis, pag mga ganitong matchups ba, may pressure pang nararamdaman yung Creamline Cool Smashers now that we're still at the quarterfinals of the tournament?
Depenil, kahit yung queens ng PVL, ng Creamline Cool Smashers, iba pa rin ang pressure. When we're talking about pressure, I actually got to talk to Michelle Gumabaw at sinabi niya sa mga mas nakakabatang mga Creamline Cool Smasher, you know what? Feel the pressure because it's good. Because at the end of the day, it's better to be in than to be out. Kahit burden, kahit nakaka-pressure, kahit nakakakaba, we have to savor every single moment inside the court. And sabi niyo nga, diba, they had a bit of a rough patch. They had 2 back-to-back wins. They also had 2 back-to-back losses. But what was most crucial, talagang na-secure nila ang win over Cherry Tigo, and sinabi nila yung 5-setter na yun, hindi nila makakalimutan yun. Markado daw yun sa kanilang puso't isipan, and that is why they are going to show a different kind of Creamline today.
They also had to rely on a different game for them to advance, but I'm sure, Neil, they're not gonna take that for granted in this tournament.
Yeah, they won that triple tie against the other teams, but we know that when it comes to pressure tests, Creamline tried and tested na yan. We've seen that in the different conferences that we had. So I know that they are ready to fight for their slot in the semis.
Yeah, Alexis?
And you know what? More on Creamline, actually also got to talk to Kyle Negrito na sinabi niya, grabe nakaka-excite daw talagang makapagsabak against Farm Fresh. And with that, more on Kyle, on how they're gonna do their mindset today. Let's watch this.
Siyempre, super thankful kami na nakapasok kami agad ng quarterfinals. We didn't need to, di na namin kailangan makipagbakbakan. Pero katulad ng laging sinasabi ni Coach, hawak pa rin naman namin kung anong mangyayari sa team namin. Sinasabi niya na hanggat may game kami, may pag-asa kami, and nasa sa amin pa rin kung anong magiging takbo ng conference namin. Every conference, sobrang daming natututunan ng team namin. Siguro this conference, nakadepende palagi sa amin kung anong mangyayari sa amin. Hindi kami aasa sa magiging results ng ibang team. Wala kaming ibang pwedeng asahan kundi sarili namin and yung team. So I think we will still be Creamline. Creamline will still be Creamline. We will do our very best and we're gonna depend on each other and we're gonna play the Creamline way.
Well, this is a dynastic team that we're talking about, the Creamline Cool Smashers. They're used to these moments when their backs are against the wall. Kyle Negrito said they will play the Creamline way. Let's talk about the other team this time, the Farm Fresh Foxies. What a road so far in the PVL on tour, not just literally, but in their tournament, Neil. What a performance despite having a new coach in this tournament.
That is correct. They rattled off 3 straight wins against Petrogas, Chocomucho, and Galleries. That's why they were able to finish the pool phase with a 3-2 record. And a while ago, we saw the skill category ranking ng Creamline, 3rd in attacking, but for Farm Fresh, they're 3rd in blocking. So this will be their tool actually to go up against a strong attacking team in Creamline. They're 9th in spiking. Of course, they need to work on their offense as well because that's the only way to win, to score as many points as you can against the Cool Smashers. They're also 4th in serving.
Yeah.
But one of my major concerns really for Farm Fresh would be their passing. They need to deliver steady passes if they want to win against the Cool Smashers.
Let's find out if they will be able to fix that issue in this matchup. For Farm Fresh, it was a huge bounce back after losing their opening game and then 3 straight wins. For the Foxies, let's talk about a player this time in Trisha Tubu, who has been in the same form, 2-time best opposite spiker. Itong si Trisha Tubu, and has been the go-to girl pa rin para kay Coach Lodi.
She has always been the scoring machine for the Farm Fresh Foxies, not just on offense, but in that game against Capital One, she was able to put up 4 kill blocks as well. And despite the changes in the coaching staff, the change in the setter, na yun yung isa sa mga pinakamahirap adjustan, na iba na yung playmaker mo. I think that she was able to find the sweet spot dun sa connection nila ni Alohi Robbins-Hardy.
Still, right, this tournament was supposed to be time for them to familiarize with themselves, pero right off the bat, na-establish yung connection na yun. And let's talk about them, Alexis. Coach Lodi being his first time here in the Philippines. Ano yung naranasan niya so far with the Foxies?
Alam mo, sobrang dami kong gustong i-share pero I'll keep it short. So, alam mo yung Farm Fresh Foxies, we're also going to talk about pressure. Yung Creamline, how they master it already, you know? But then here for Farm Fresh Foxies, it's how to handle it. So actually, nagpadala pa si Coach Lodi ng kanyang friend galing Finland. She's a national team player and talagang kinausap niya, mala-TED Talk ang ating Farm Fresh Foxies on how to overcome pressure. Ngayon, natuwa yung mga Farm Fresh Foxies na, grabe no, pati pala overseas, kahit national player ka na, you experience the same ideals, the same tensions. Again, it's volleyball. All over the world, it's the same game. And talagang lahat tayo na-experience yung ganun ka ba. Kaya sabi nila ngayon, papakita nga nila kung ano ang kanilang mga pinag-practicean, ang kanilang pinag-insayuhan, but at the same time, who they are now as a more confident Farm Fresh Foxies. Now more on Farm Fresh. Let's talk about one of their fiercest Foxies, Trisha Tubu, and how they're handling today's big game.
First po, nag-focus po talaga kami sa passing namin. Since, yun nga, Creamline is a hard server talaga. So talagang magiging puhunan namin yung first ball namin. Second is yung sa service namin. May mga games kami na sobrang dami namin service error talaga. Pero yun nga, hindi kami doon na natatakot na magka-error ulit. Bilin sa amin ni coach na careless. Kasi the more na nag-iingat kami, the more na nag-error kami talaga. Kaya laging sinasabi ni coach sa amin na mag-error man kayo as long as na nilakasan nyo yung bola, challenge nyo yung kalaban. Yun yung pinaka-the best na kailangan nyo gawin. Siguro po yung mindset ng bawat isa. Kasi before, yun nga, napakamaingat namin sa lahat ng bola. Pero ngayon, laging sinasabi ni coach na maglaro lang kayo kung ano yung dapat, kung ano yung laro nyo. Ibigay nyo yung 100% nyo kaya mag-error kayo or hindi. Kasi walang mawawala sa inyo. Pag binigay nyo yung 100% nyo, never kayo magsisisi sa lahat ng gagawin nyo. Yan.
At ika nga ni Trisha Tubu against Creamline, sila ay magiging carefree and confident. Now, we felt all the love from across the country dahil nga nag-PVL on tour tayo. But of course, we can always rely on our home buddies there from home and online. And that is why we have an exclusive live question for you today. Which opposite spiker will push her team to a win? Will it be Creamline's Michelle Gumaba or Farm Fresh's Trisha Tubu? You can answer that right below the stream. You can also join in the conversation online by using the hashtag PVL on tour, and of course, hashtag PVL 2025.
All right, we're ready to go. Let's throw it now to our arena announcer for the start of this quarterfinals matchup between Creamline and Farm Fresh.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Phil Sports Arena, Pasig City, Philippines. This is the quarterfinal stage of the PVL on Tour 2025. Match number 38 features the Creamline Cool Smashers versus the Farm Fresh Foxies. And now let's meet our officials for this match. Our first referee, Patrick Castillo, National Referee. The second referee is Joffer Educado, National Referee. And now let's meet the starters. First, for the Creamline Cool Smashers. Outside spiker from the Ateneo de Manila University, number 2, team captain, Alyssa Valdez. Center from the Far Eastern University, number 1, Kyle Negrito. Middle blocker from the National University, number 5, Sheena Toring. Middle blocker from the College of St. Benilde, number 6, Pangs Panaga. Opposite hitter from De La Salle University, number 7, Michelle Gumabao. Outside spiker from Adamson University, number 23, Gemma Galanza. Starting libero from FEU, number 11, Kyla Atienza. Head coach for Creamline is Sherwin Meneses. And now the starters for the Farm Fresh Foxies. Center from Brigham Young University, number 1, Alohi Robbins Hardy. Outside spiker from the University of Santo Tomas, number 4, Kate Viray. Outside spiker from De La Salle University, number 8, Jolina De La Cruz. Middle blocker from Adamson University, number 9, Riza Cruz. Opposite hitter also from Adamson, number 12, Trisha Tubu. Middle blocker also from Adamson, number 18, Honey Toring. Starting libero from the Far Eastern University, number 20, Ann Monares. Head coach for Farm Fresh is Alessandro Lodi. This game is held under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board. It is the quarterfinals between Creamline and Farm Fresh. This is the PVL.
Check out the starters for the Creamline Cool Smashers. You have Panaga, Toring, Gumabao, Negrito, Valdez, Galanza, and Atienza. Meanwhile, for their opponents, the Foxies will be led by Toring, Cruz, Viray, Robbins, Hardy, Tubu, De La Cruz, and their rookie libero in Ann Monares. We're all set for this quarterfinal matchup, the last one before we head into the semifinals of our 2025 PVL on tour. First serve underway for the Cool Smashers. Dip Dipianco with Neil Flores and Alexis Tinsay, your broadcast team for this match. And we thank you all for joining us on One Sports. And on the Pilipinas Live, we begin with a point by Creamline.
Strong start for the Cool Smashers. It is going to be serving versus receiving. Creamline and Farm Fresh, and attacking ng Creamline against the blocking of Farm Fresh as well. So for the Foxies, defense will be their key to victory.
You mentioned the passing has been a bit of shaky for Farm Fresh. If they win this game, it will be a rely on better passing. Meanwhile, a 2-0 start for Creamline here in set number 1.
That's 2 straight points for Michelle Gumabao. If you take a look at the servers of Creamline, they're really targeting the outside hitters of Farm Fresh. So si Caitlin Veraya, si Jolida De La Cruz, they really have to step up dahil alam naman nila na papunta sa kanila yung bola. But again, it's easier said than done. We know that Creamline is a heavy serving team.
Yeah.
And at this point, setters would just ask for a high pass from their receivers. It doesn't need to be perfect na saktong sa setter's box. As long as merong height para mahabol ng maayos ng setter, makakagawa sila ng paraan to get their own place in.
Right on point as Negrito targeted Viray earlier, who is the number 4 server in the tournament. She already has an ace. And still, no points for Farm Fresh. A slow start for Coach Lori's team here in the quarterfinals. Remember, they have not seen any appearances in the semifinals of the Premier Volleyball League since they joined back in 2023. So this could be their chance, but Kyle Negrito is on a mission. 2 aces already and a 5-0 scoreline in favor of the Cool Smashers. Timeout for the Foxies.
Otherwise, we need to have the back row coming into the first meter. It's uncomfortable for everybody. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's what we like to have, okay? Some challenge, and finally somebody that serves like a volleyball server, okay? So we know how to work. We keep the ball far from us, okay? We make this space really as small as possible, all right? Everybody's ready to help. That's one reason why we circle also.
Here we go. Here.
Timeout called by the Foxies as we get this report first from Alexis Tinsay.
Now, on the side of Creamline, for Pangs Panaga, here of being in the Phil Sports Arena, jam-packed as it is. Para sa kanya daw, muscle memory to. And this will truly give them a boost because for her, it feels like home court. Now, extra boost din today kasi memorisado daw niya ang net dito bilang MB kasi syempre iba din daw yung mga court when they go to the different provinces. Now, she's also excited about the new energy Farm Fresh is bringing under their new coach, saying it's entirely different vibe compared to before. Kyle Negrito, meanwhile, has noticed how the Foxies have stepped up in their pace, running lower, faster sets, and moving with more speed overall. That's made them tougher to read at the net. And for Coach Sherwin Meneses, the mindset is clear. Hawak namin yung laro, kung ano yung magiging resulta, accountability is key. The goal is to control the game and earn that semifinal seat. Back to the panel.
Thank you, Alexis. And as it stands, it's still a scoring barrage here for the Cool Smashers. 7-0, and Neil, we mentioned it earlier at the top of the coverage. When it comes to the playoffs, the Creamline that we know shows up, and they're doing it right now. Simula pa lang ng laro.
They always transform pag do or die. And right now, Kyle Negrito is just locked on zone 5.
Looking so dangerous to begin this match. On all departments, the blocking has been present. A setup here for Galanza. Atienza keeps it alive. Robbins Hardy with a one-hand set. Viray will give up a free ball. Back with the Farm Fresh Foxies. Caitlin. And finally ends the scoring drought for Farm Fresh with that point off the block.
That is going to be good for the confidence of Caitlin Viray. She has been the target of those Kyle Negrito serves. And if you want to get her out of that service line, you need to get that quick break point para hindi tumagal na palakas ng palakas yung serve ni Kyle.
Well, she was there since the start of the match. Finally, it ends. Alohi. Back set to Tubu. Able to get a point. Back-to-back for the Foxies to cut the lead down to 5.
That is her favorite point of attack. Yung patented power tip ni Trisha Tubu has been very effective throughout the full phase of the competition. And she continues to go to that playing style.
Gemma will be the one to set up the play to Gumabaw. Monares got a hand on it. Alohi with a dig. Chance for Trisha. Checked. Ball slowed down. Galanza again will try. Blockers were there. Tough angle for Mitch Gumabaw, who sends it straight to the antenna. So that's 3 straight points answered by Farm Fresh.
Great counter run by the Foxies. And they just wanted na makaikot dun sa rotation na tatlo yung hitters nila. Trisha Tubu is now in the front row. We know that she is the main gun of Farm Fresh.
And Caitlin Viray has also played more of the outside hitter this entire tournament. Tubu with an athletic move. And the run continues. 4 straight after being down by 7. Took them a while to get their bearings going, but now they force Creamline to call for time.
Wala, taas nyo lang yung bola, taas nyo lang. Pero pag nandito na, malayo si Kai, pwede kayo mag-set, ganun din yon.
Sorry, usap tayo, usap. Yeah, sige.
Pag nasa kabila yung bola, left, right. Relax lang, relax. Okay, 1 point tayo, 1 point.
Let's go.
Hey, all in, Creamline!
Timeout called by the Cool Smashers. After scoring 7 straight points to start the match, they have given up 4 on the other end. And that's when you can say that Farm Fresh has also grown, right, as a team, not panicking easily because they were able to gather themselves and now slowly coming back in this match.
You can see the perseverance of Farm Fresh as well. They were down by 7 points, but they were able to make a 4-point counter run.
As we get to the first technical timeout, Creamline up by 4.
Na-miss niyo ba yung game namin? Kung na-miss niyo, subscribe na to our YouTube channel. Subscribe na!
Watch our Alas Pilipinas ladies in the 2025 CV League this August live on One Sports Plus and Pilipinas Live. Second leg na ng Southeast Asian Volleyball League. And our Alas Pilipinas will be going up against Thailand in a couple of hours, or less than 2 hours actually, where they try to give it another shot as they face a powerhouse Thailand na dumikit no, Neil. We got set 1 in that first leg. And then muntik pa nung set 2.
And we're hoping to get 1 win against them. We are looking to recover after that straight set loss against Vietnam.
All right, we go back to the action here in Phil Sports. There's a challenge on the floor for Farm Fresh. I believe it was a block touch. Unang challenge sa larong ito, the Farm Fresh Foxies. They were on starting lineup early this week. Talked about the preview of this match, how they were feeling. They said they feel good as they are led by their new coach and Coach Alessandro Lodi. I don't think they have 1-2 against Creamline, they said. I asked them in the show. So this could be the first time if they go on, but it will not be easy as we've just seen the start of this game, Neil. Tubu. Panaga able to get the ball. They transfer it to Gumabaw. That is wide. for MG.
Lead is down to 2 for the Cool Smashers. And right now, mas maganda ring defensive touches ng Farm Fresh Foxies. That's why mas nakaka-engage na si Alohi Robbins Hardy ng mga attackers niya. A while ago, she was forced to keep on giving it to the left pin.
Valdez on the board with her first point to put Creamline back up by 3.
That will be the first point for Liza Valdez. As we see Sheena Turing check in for Creamline.
What does Sheena Turing brought to the team of Creamline as a rookie here in the PVL on tour?
Well, the good vibes, that's number one. Her skill set as a middle fits the system well. And she's been getting a lot of playing time in this on-tour conference.
We know that she also played for Coach Sherwin with the National University Lady Bulldogs. Point will be awarded to Creamline on the attack there. So it's back to a 4-point game. Ten to 6. Better first ball from Viray. Back set to Tubu. And again, it goes through for Trisha. She's now got, now has 4 points in the game.
Like 3 or 4 power tips scored by Trisha Tubu already. So the blockers of Creamline have to get the timing right. Kasi hinihintay ni Trisha Tubu bumaba yung blockers bago siya pumunta dun sa power tip. Kaya pumapasok dun sa double block ng Creamline.
And she has that the vertical to be able to jump high. At may oras pa siya para gawin yun. We see the entry of Pierre Abellana. Bit cold off the bench. Second year playing for the Foxies. And a quick stint as she heads to the bench. Lorene Turing back on the floor. Apat pa rin ang lamang ng Creamline. Robin Sardi back sets to Tubu. Bit of a miss hit. Chance here, Negrito goes to Valdez. The extension by De La Cruz keeps the ball up. Tubu goes to the other side and finds the opening.
What an angle from Trisha Tubu. She already saw an established double block in front of her. Instead of going for a power tip, she changed her decision mid-air. She went for that sharp cross. There was nobody home on the floor of the Cool Smashers.
5 points now for Trisha Tubu. She will have to work from the back this time. However, that service stint will end immediately as she commits an error. Only 2 players have scored so far for the Foxies. Meanwhile, for Creamline, it has been distributed. 5 Cool Smashers on the board. Alohi goes to Cruz. Tipped by Turing. Galanza waits for it. Atienza with a cover. Gemma again. Chance for the Foxies. Tubu had to alter. Oh, Valdez with a set to Galanza. Oh, what a play!
Nice set. Nice jump set from Eliza Valdez.
I'm not sure if that's something they practice, but it had to be her because Negrito got the first ball. And Gemma, I think that new haircut giving her more lift. Mas magaan. Gets the point for Creamline and a timeout for Farm Fresh.
Part of the play, which is taking the ball there, and then we don't call, and the center doesn't know what the heck to do, okay? And then we have to put something. No, let's go, come on. Wherever I am, I'm available, I get the double block, I put the ball here, it's much better than a hopeless back row ball. All right, guys, we need to attack these serves, all right? Yes. Because they are soft, besides Negrito, it's all soft, okay? And we never have the ball too tight. It's always off the net.
Ready. Go. Here.
That was a mouthful from Coach Lodi. He pointed out a lot of things. Communication was one. There are times na parang nag-aantayan yung players ng Farm Fresh kung sino kuha ng bola. And that is going to be difficult, lalo na if you're a setter anticipating for a pass from your teammates. And he was also talking about the serving of his players, they want to put pressure on the receivers of Creamline, but they won't be able to do that if hindi papasok yung mga serves.
Oh, another point for Gemma Galanza, this time on a tip.
That is just impeccable court sense from Gemma Galanza.
Obviously, that's not what Coach Lodi wants after a timeout. Despite the efficiency of pointing out, sabi mo nga, ang dami niyang binanggit sa timeout. And they will have to fix those issues if they want to get back here in set number 1. They were able to get close after trailing by 7 early on. As it stands, lima pa rin ang lamang ng Cool Smashers.
Tubu already has 5 points. Caitlin Viray has 1. Others have yet to get on the board for Farm Fresh.
That was the first service error, by the way, for Creamline. Galanza on a broken play that clips the net. Bertolano in the game. Put some power on that spike but couldn't hit it in target.
Lead is back to 6 for the Cool Smashers. That was a better serve from Farm Fresh. They were able to force that out of system play.
Pero kung kaya ulit gawin ni Eliza yung set na yun, di ba? They will be fine with those broken plays. Meanwhile,
that violation was called on one of the blockers of Creamline. I think that was Gemma Galanza.
Still a 5-point game. Liza Cruz on deck to serve, 10-15 here in set number 1. It's a good first ball by Valdez. It leads to the middle attack. A bit tight, and Alohi just pushes it through, but touches the net. You can see how the crowd reacted to that. They love that action, but it's Creamline who will send us to the second technical timeout.
Bitin na kayo sa games? Watch all the replays on PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
Back inside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City. This was the play earlier before the technical timeout. Look at the power of Alohi Robbins-Hardy.
She clearly out-muscled Pangs Panaga in that joust.
Malakas din si Pangsa. It's just that time around, she won the joust. However, natamaan yung net. So a net violation called on Alohi Robbins-Hardy. Kyle Negrito is back at the service line. Again, she had 7 straight earlier, and that is her 3rd ace of the game. All 3 points coming from that area.
As I said, she is one of the best, if not the best server from the Cool Smashers. Dito rin tumagal yung rotation ng Creamline. So for Farm Fresh, they really need to get that side out if they want to move on from the Kyle Negrito serve.
Hindi lang overnight stay si Kyle dun sa service line. Nag-e-extend. Another good serve. And a pickup by Valdez. Back set to Gumabaw. With a power punch and a 5-point output as well for MG in the match. Our spike of the set is brought to you by Dunkin', pasalubong ng bayan. Oh, look at that. Look at that. 4 aces for Kyle Negrito. And she is not yet done.
We have to give her flowers after the game. I mean, to score 4 aces in a single set is something.
Inihipan na nga niya. Parang nagiinit na. Lumiliyab na yung kamay eh.
And kahit kanino na pumunta yung serve ni Kyle Negrito, nagiging puntos pa din for Creamline. That's a better pass for Farm Fresh.
And kanina sa timeout, as Farm Fresh is able to stop the bleeding. Sabi ni Coach Lodi, this is what they like. It's a challenge that to finally have a server that is that good for their reception. Kaya lang, it's been too much of a challenge deal here in set number 1. (11-19). All of a sudden, Creamline, they have pulled away. The push by Tubu picked up by Valdez. And this will be a chance ball. Robin Sardi decides to go back to Tubu. Negrito was right there. Gemma waits for the ball. Alohi with the pickup. Monares sends it to Viray. Off the block.
Off the block for Kate Viray.
Second point for Caitlin Viray. They needed that point. They're still 7 points down here in the opening set.
And twice now she has done that off the block. And the challenge will be called by Creamline for block touch. They will argue that Caitlin's attack probably just hit the net before it went out. And we will see in the replay in just a bit. And so far, so good for the Creamline Cool Smashers. They have not had any flaws whatsoever here in the opener.
They're showcasing different skill categories in this opening set. Reception is there, serving is there, attacking percentage is also present for the Cool Smashers. There was a block touch, definitely on Pangs Panaga, so that point will stay with the Farm Fresh Foxies.
Already know. Hitting the arm of Panaga. An unsuccessful challenge for Coach Sherwin and company. And it'll be Alohi on deck to serve for Farm Fresh. Also, this is where they made the run kanina, Neil.
And for Farm Fresh, they just need to address their reception problems head on. Once they address their reception problems, you will see a smooth flow for sure. This is the first attack and the transition offense nila.
Nice defense played by Ann Monares. Play continues. Look at Ann with another dig back-to-back. Tubu ricochets off of her head. They have to set it over. Valdez to Galanza. And it does the same to Creamline. However, they are not able to save it. And it's a point for Farm Fresh.
Another point for Trisha Tubu. We were talking about her previous performance where she put up 4 kill blocks against Capital One. That is her official first kill block of the game against Creamline.
What about those back-to-back saves for Ann Monares? Timeout for Creamline.
Anong play kayo? Balik po, kuha tayo ng isa, balik 4. 4 down. Receive 2 tayo, receive 2.
Yes, coach.
Okay, second ball. Good lang, paluin mo lang. Pag maganda, paluin mo lang.
Set ko, set.
Okay na.
Good set ka na.
Okay, receive 2 tayo, lahat. Pang, bibigyan ka rin yan.
Okay. Hey, Allen, Creamline!
He's a man of few words. Talking about Coach Sherwin. Very direct to the point. He was pointing out the placement, I guess, of the reception. And he just addressed yung mga minor errors ng Creamline. Na pag maganda yung naiangat na bola, we have to make sure to convert that ball into a point.
Oh, but a service error for Robin Sardi ends her stint at the service line where they had a mini run earlier.
Now serving Gemma.
This will bring Creamline up to the 20-point mark. 5 points away from taking set number 1. It's Gemma on deck. De La Cruz with the first ball. Turing couldn't get a point. Gumabaw. Yes. As she apologizes to Monares, who was hit on the head.
It's all part of the game.
Look at that. Swing and score. A service error as well for Galanza. And Farm Fresh will take that point.
Now serving for Farm Fresh.
But still a comfortable lead here for the Cool Smashers. De Jesus. With the first ball, it leads to another point for Mitch Gumabaw. now has 7.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of clean angles from Mitch Gumabao. Zone 5 has been her favorite here in the opening set. As you mentioned, she is the current top scorer for the Cool Smashers with 7 markers.
On 6 attacks and 1 block. Aliyah Torres is sent in the game to serve. Also in her second year as a Cool Smasher. She was drafted last year with a 12th overall pick by Creamline. Has increased her role here in on-tour tournament. De La Cruz will get a point. Her first.
Yeah, first point for Jelena De La Cruz.
But despite the lead, you'd like to see the other attackers get involved for Farm Fresh as we head towards the end of this set. But those service errors obviously will haunt them for now for Farm Fresh as a team here in set number 1.
I count 4 or 5 unofficial service errors from the Foxies.
Creamline 2 points away. Outside for Gumabao. Probably her only mistake. Very limited mistakes out of her contributions here in this game. Service ace. Much needed. To boost the Foxies, Trisha Tubu delivers one straight to Valdez.
Ito yung pinapoint out ni Coach Lo. We have to go to our pressure serves. We can't give 3 points to Creamline.
That's another.
Back-to-back aces for Trisha Tubu. So she has scored from offense, from defense up front, now from the service line.
Channeling Kyle Negrito energy. Another! Oh! That's 3 straight aces for Trisha Tubu to cut the lead down to just 4.
You can clearly see the intention of Trisha Tubu. The intention is to score immediately from that service line. That's 3 straight for the Foxies.
Look at the Cool Smashers chase after that ball. They couldn't. And finally, they receive it properly. And a point for Eliza Valdez, the silencer. Or the opposite, because she just made the crowd get up on their feet.
Great run for Farm Fresh. But Creamline immediately got a break point from that Eliza Valdez hit.
Creamline at set point. 24-19. Oh, some hesitation. Free ball. Not what you want if you're Farm Fresh. Negrito. Combination to Galanza, who ends set number 1. After that late scare on the service by Tubu, our point of the set brought to you by Myra. Be Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion, Gemma Galanza. Her 4th point, and more importantly, a set 1 win for the Cool Smashers.
With Myra Whitening Vitamin Lotion, stand out with a brighter skin that just glows. Look at that glow and show us that bright skin. Don't just be bright, be Vita Brighter.
Back inside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City for your 2025 PVL On Tour quarterfinals. Set 1 just finished, and the Creamline Cool Smashers got that one 25-19. Let's take a look at the highlights. What did you see in that first set, Neil, for both teams? To start with Creamline.
For Creamline, it was
really the serving of Kyle Negrito. From the start to the end, she was very consistent. It was a very offensive serving style from Kyle Negrito. Farm Fresh definitely had their struggles in the passing department, but they also had their moments. Trisha Tubu led the way. She's currently at 9 points. And when she was in the front row, good things happened for Farm Fresh. She also had 3 straight aces in the tail end, but they just couldn't keep up with Creamline in the end. As we take a look at the numbers, hindi naman nalalayo yung attack points. It's 12 for Creamline, 10 for Farm Fresh. But the biggest difference is the stability in the passing. You would see stable passes na mas madami from Creamline compared to Farm Fresh. Kaya nahihirapan din si Alohi Robbins-Hardy to choose their point of attack. So that is going to be the adjustment that they need to make here in set number 2. You pass first. That is your main priority. You avoid those service errors and you deliver good passes, then the offense will follow. And as for Creamline, they just need to clean up a few things. Yung mga minor errors, yung mga small balls. Pag natanggal yon, they can perform at a higher level.
You know, Neil, it just makes sense for Creamline to be the #1 serving team. Tapos yung Farm Fresh in the on-tour, they haven't been the best in terms of reception. They're actually last in that category. So that's something that they need to resolve here in set number 2. Meanwhile, you mentioned yung service aces ni Kyle Negrito really set the tone for the Creamline Cool Smashers. They had that 7-point lead early on, kept Farm Fresh scoreless up until that point before the Foxies made a run. Even in the end, they sort of gave a scare. Si Tubu humabol sa service aces. But a little too late for Farm Fresh. But they have a chance here as we are back to 0 in set number 2. We welcome you all to our coverage. Either way, on One Sports and on Pilipinas Live, Dip Dipianco with Neil Flores. Alexis Tinsay will give us more reports at the sidelines. And Farm Fresh is first to score. So good sign here in set number 2.
10 points already for Trisha Tubu.
Now she has been carrying the load for Coach Lodi. Oh, another service error for Robbins-Hardy. Unfortunate because that is a rotation that they want to utilize, talking about Farm Fresh.
When they are in their 3-hitter rotation, dun humahabol or nagkakaroon ng consecutive points yung Farm Fresh.
They go middle. Alohi with a pickup after that ball was sent back. Tubu on the left side. Another setup to Tubu, and this time it works.
That's back-to-back points for Trisha Tubu.
And just the trust of Alohi, who keeps on going back to Tubu. Pero may challenge muna dito for the Cool Smashers, asking for a foot fault on the landing of Trisha Tubu, who was actually close to Mitch Gumabaw at the net. Tanong dyan is na nakakuha na ba ng point bago lumanding?
Did the ball hit the floor already bago tumawid yung paa? If meron mang foot fault?
We'll have to find out in this replay. Early challenge called by the Cool Smashers for looking to make another semifinals appearance. You've had multiple of those in the Premier Volleyball League. For their opponents, they have not gotten a taste of that experience, and they want to do so. But again, they're obviously facing a tough team, a championship squad in Creamline. Identical records at the end of the preliminaries in their respective pools. And then the Foxies had to go through the qualifying knockout to get into the quarterfinals. Is there a center line fault? Yes, she crossed. So that is a good challenge para sa Creamline. No contention on the call. Very clear based on the replay as we resume action. Set up to Viray. Nagpalit sila ni Tubu momentarily in their position. That one was wide though para kay Caitlin.
No check for Caitlin Viray.
So Creamline, after giving up the opening point, they have scored 3 straight. Kate again. Oh, a lot of hesitation on the side of Creamline as we get this report from Alexis Tinsay.
Dipinil back inside here in the Phil Sports Arena for the quarterfinals. Now before the game, I enjoyed talking with Coach Alessandro Lodi, who shared to me their secret between those good wins for the past games. So they told me that the key to the recent strong performances is their mindset, or rather, the lack of it. Again, there is no fixed mindset for specific games. Para sa kanya, bawal isipin yung bigat ng kalaban. Bawal isipin yung consequences. He's here not to make the Foxies champions in a span of weeks. He's here to introduce his system and how the players can handle themselves better inside the court. Now for him, it's better to commit errors while learning and mastering his system. Kapag pumuntos yung kalaban, huwag daw ma-frustrate. Instead, i-acknowledge yung team's effort because trabaho talaga ng kabila na pahirapan sila. Para naman sa Farm Fresh, ganun din ang dapat gawin. No overthinking, no playing safe, just playing with intention, staying focused on themselves. For example, makikita nyo mamaya yung mga intentional drop ball ni Tubu na mapapababa talaga yung players sa kabilang net. Now let's head back to set 2 and see how they can rise up against the Vets as MG sets the ball.
Thank you, Alexis. If you have caught the games of Farm Fresh, or at least the huddles of Coach Lodi as we see the action here, you would know na ang daming matututunan from what he tells his players. So I think as a point there for Eliza Valdez, I'm sure ang dami ring nalaman na tututunan ni Alexis with that conversation.
Yeah, Farm Fresh is still trying to sink into that system of Coach Lodi. This is just their first conference together. Maraming bago. Even their offensive patterns are different. When you take a look at their quick attacks, hindi siya zero tempo. It's more of a differential play from the middle.
Yeah.
So there are pros and cons to that type of attack. So I think they just have to trust that system first.
Yeah.
And then we'll see how it goes. Madali naman mag-adjust along the way. And yung mga power tips ni Trisha Tubu, sadya yun. It is intentional. Sabi nga ni Coach Lodi, he wants to teach Trisha Tubu how to be efficient na hindi puro palo na power.
So expect more of those. Meanwhile, a smart play earlier by Alohi with a push, gives him a point. Oh, nobody works. There to get that ball for Farm Fresh. They were all caught flat-footed. Naghintayan after that chase by Viray. And then that ball just dropped on their side of the court. Good first ball by De La Cruz, asking for that set. Mula kay Alohi, Kyle goes to Gemma. Breaks the block, back with the white shirts. Galanza goes up for another. Dug by Monares. De La Cruz with a push. Eliza with a save. Gemma once more. Alohi with the extension. And a free ball given up to Creamline. Who will they go to? Negrito sets up Turing, who was unable to get a touch on that ball.
Set was a bit too high for Sheena Turing. Sayang because it was a free ball given up by the Foxies.
Tubu sends that wide, which brings us to the first technical timeout. It's Creamline ahead by 4.
Player highlights, we got you covered. Subscribe now to the PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
Quarterfinal action continues here in the 2025 PVL on tour. 3 teams are already through to the semifinals. Only one team left to be determined.
Serving for Creamline, Sheena Tomei.
Danny Barreto enjoying the games here in Phil Sports. Nakapanibago pa din sabihin na we're in Phil Sports.
Yeah. Oh, which places have you gone to nung on tour?
Vigan and Cebu.
Yeah, Vigan. Yung very first game day of the on tour, and then Cebu, where Farm Fresh played. Vigan was Creamline. Yeah, you covered them there too. That one out for De La Cruz.
We're seeing the same problems from Farm Fresh. They're still having a difficult time in passing that ball to Alohi Robbins Hardy. Timeout, Coach Lodi.
Okay. Yeah, differential only from here. Yeah, not too wide. Okay.
Yeah. Then I have plenty of time because I have a high ball call. And if I just run, I have to be behind the ball. If I just run and now I'm under the ball, I am done attacking, okay? I have to be on high ball behind the ball. If I'm behind the ball, I can have power and I can find the block that I need in order to score high hands.
Going
okay?
again, going again,
Let's
going
go.
again. Go again. Let me get up. Here. Now.
Some of the Cool Smashers who are not suited up. Then Lazaro Revilla, Bernadette Pons, Bea De Leon, all cheering behind their teammates. And so far, they are in a good position, up by 6 here in set number 2. And again, going back to that timeout by Coach Lodi, napaka-specific ng gusto niya mangyari. Meanwhile, the Cool Smashers continue to rally. 7-point lead.
It's power hit after power hit from the Creamline Cool Smashers, and they're just really taking advantage of the faulty reception of the Foxies.
And that's the thing, that's what Coach Lodi talked about, dahil mas marami pang unforced errors itong Farm Fresh in this set as compared to the attack points of Creamline. He is trying to tell the ladies to fix something about their attacking.
That was the best sequence so far from the Foxies. Started off with an excellent pass from Caitlin Veray. That's why Robbins Hardy was able to dish out a perfect set to Julina De La Cruz.
Galanza just finds the opening.
There was so much space behind the double block of the Foxies. Everybody was anticipating a long ball from Gemma Galanza. They forgot about the drop ball.
Oh, another good serve for Negrito. Caitlin will just give up a free ball for Creamline. Kyle back to Galanza, showing us a variation of attacks. Picked up by Negrito. Atienza with a bump. Galanza once more. Boy pa. Third try. This time they go middle. De La Cruz able to put it up. And Viray gets up a blockbuster on that one.
Intention was to use the hands of the blockers of Creamline. Was successful in that hit out.
Oh, good defense again for Ann Monares.
Yeah, we have to applaud the efforts of Monares trying to really be stable sa likod para matulungan yung setter ng Farm Fresh.
Chance here for the Foxies. Robbins Hardy chooses Viray. Nothing there. De Jesus goes to Gumabaw. Popped up by Cruz. High enough for the Cool Smashers. They go to Panaga. Still playable. The 1-2 doesn't work. Galanza will try. Pancake save. Kept up by Viray. Boy pa ang bola. Gumabaw. Off the block and a point for Mitch Gumabaw, who now has 9 in the game.
still the leading scorer for the Cool Smashers, followed by Gemma Galanza with 6 points. For Farm Fresh, malayo yung difference in production. You have Trisha Tubu with 10 points, followed by Caitlin Viray with 4.
Robin Sardi goes back row to Tubu. Good defense by Atienza. Valdez. Straight to Julina. Viray. Another attempt at it. And another point for Caitlin.
Caitlin Viray is starting to heat up. It's good news for the Foxies because Trisha Tubu needs support on the offensive side.
She has been leading, or the leading scorer for Farm Fresh in set number 2, talking about Viray. 3 out of her 5 points coming from this set. What a hit by Eliza Valdez.
Look at the flight of the Phenom hitting that ball above the double block of the Foxies.
The spike of the set brought to you by Duncan, pasalubong ng bayan. Tubu with a swing and score. 11 points in total for Trisha Tubu.
Serving for the Foxies, PVL.
Negrito goes to the ring. They've been trying to feed the middles. This time, they get something out of it.
That is the first point of Sheena Turing.
Tigpisa sila ni Pangs Panaga.
Actually, hindi masyadong madaming sets ang napupunta sa middles. Most of the sets have gone to the left and right pins for Creamline.
Oh. Unleashes one with some power on that spike.
Really a force to be reckoned with. Power check, speed check. IQ is also there.
And when she has those strong attacks, she's able to also utilize yung mga drops na sinasabi kanina ni Alexis that she learned from Coach Lodi. Just varying her weapons in the game. Abellana is back on the floor. Her serve goes through, but Valdez quickly ends that one. And brings us to the second technical timeout. Creamline up by 7.
Na-miss niyo ba yung game namin? Kung na-miss niyo, subscribe na to our YouTube channel. Subscribe na!
Ces Molina, who's now a Farm Fresh Foxy, is on the bench along with Riri Meneses. The question is, will they see action in this match? It's up to Coach Lodi. But right now, it's the rest of the ladies who are in charge of trying to salvage this set number 2.
Number 18, Honey Torre.
It's back to a 7-point lead for the Cool Smashers. (16-9). And a service error for Valdez gives a free point to Farm Fresh.
Farm Fresh has to take advantage of these free points given to them by the Cool Smashers. Pero nasa likod na si Trisha Tubu, so it's going to be up to Jolina De La Cruz and Risa Cruz to score more attack points for their team.
That's a block point for Farm Fresh.
Back-to-back points for the Foxies after that technical timeout. They love these runs. They showed a glimpse of it in set number 1. And look who's on deck to serve. Had 3 straight aces earlier. Nice dig once again by Monares. Here comes De La Cruz. Same with Atienza, who plays well. On the other end, kept up. Transfer to Gumabaw. Monares continues to be steady with the saves. Covered still. Oh, they're making Ann work. A lot of effort on that sequence, and De La Cruz helps her out. Finally ends the rally.
That's a defense pattern that we want to see from Farm Fresh. Solid floor defense will translate to good offense.
Oh, Coach Lodi liking that. And Creamline calls for time.
Si Alohi nandun eh. In case na maganda naman yung receive, ang mabagal ng set, bilisan mo, si Gemma naman yan eh. Pero pag naka-receive tayo, mag-play tayo.
Yes. Hindi kami sa likod.
Mag-decide lang pagka yung first ball nawalan, tsaka lang tayo mag-set. May back row naman eh.
Yes, coach.
Let's go, go.
Coach Sherwin wants to see faster sets from Kyle Negrito, especially when you're up against taller blockers like Aloy Robbins Hardy. Shoot sets will be beneficial. AC Minor and Tax Fujimoto enjoying the action here.
They were also here in the first game. They've been spending their Saturday afternoon seeing volleyball action. What a stint too for AC Minor, right? As Trisha Tubu commits a service error on her rookie debut. Played well for the Zeus Coffee Thunderbells.
There's a bright future for her definitely in the PVL.
Only the beginning for many of these rookies. Meanwhile, we go back to the action. Hello, he was there. Jolina asks for it. And you know why? Because she was ready to hit that ball.
She already has 4 points.
So the double clap asking for it. And did not disappoint. Balik sa apat ang hinahabol ng Farm Fresh. They're not yet out of it, but those errors will not help their cause.
It's also another problem that they have to overcome. Yung serving nila kasi sayang because a while ago we saw Trisha Tubu score multiple aces. If the other players can do that as well,
yeah,
it's going to be easier for them to come back from this 5-point deficit.
Negrito active on defense. Gumabaw gets one for her 10th point of the match.
The battle between the two opposite hitters.
That was the matchup. That was our Pilipinas Live question earlier. And the timeout again called by the Foxies.
And Riza, I can move away. Fantastic. Birds! Come! Okay, Riza is out. Okay. Birds receives and attack zone 2. Okay. Aloy, you are here, so if they transition, you do what you can in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay. You take one side, especially position 4.
Okay.
All right. And we take position 4 out of the reception. Yes?
Okay.
So you attack zone 2 and you stay in zone 2.
Let's go. Here.
Now.
Lian de Guzman of the Next Led Chameleons earlier saw action. They have ended their campaign here in the PVL on tour. But also, she had a great tournament.
Actually, ang dami nating rookies na nakita na parang veterano na maglaro. Lian de Guzman is definitely one of them. Great performance for the Next Led Chameleons.
Yeah.
This is probably one of their best conferences to date. So I'm sure Coach Edgar Guedete is very happy.
But they also surprised a lot of people, right? Meanwhile, a big block coming from Pangs Panaga to put Creamline back up by 7. So every time Farm Fresh is threatening to make a comeback, yung Creamline nakakahanap agad ng sagot.
At sumasakto sa service line si Kyle Negrito.
As if it is planned all along. Bertolano called up by Coach Lodi in the previous timeout. Now in the game to help out Farm Fresh. Good cover. Second try para sa Creamline. Nilipat kay Galanza. Robbins Hardy will toss it up to Caitlin Viray. was also getting her numbers. 6 in total.
It was a shaky start for Caitlin Viray, but she's getting better touches here in the second set.
Rose Vargas also gets an appearance here late in set number 2 for the Cool Smashers. Let's see what she brings here. Binigyan agad siya ng set ni Negrito. Monares, Aloy had to chase. Viray straight to Valdez, who pops it up. Back to Vargas. Panaga. That's tough, that's tough. And it doesn't go over for Rose Vargas. Pinainit agad. Ilang set yung binigay.
2 or 3 straight sets to Rose Vargas. Steady blocking from the Foxies, not allowing Rose Vargas to score. And kahit lumampas pa yan sa double block, and Morales is just waiting there for
Nakabang.
the angle. But this has been one of the biggest problems ng Farm Fresh, aside from the reception. It's really their serving.
Serving for the Cool Smashers, Gemma.
5 service errors now for the Foxies here in set number 2. More than what they committed in set number 1. And they also haven't had any aces. So it's a complete turnaround. Robbins Hardy, back row to Tubu. De Jesus was ready. Negrito goes to Galanza on the off speed. Still alive. Back and forth we go. And that works for Bangs Panaga.
That's her own version of a power tip kasi yung Farm Fresh almost everybody talagang pupunta dun sa power tip. I guess that's something na tinuturo ni Coach Lodi.
Yeah.
To force the defenders to move.
Yeah, it came from his own mouth. Sabi nga ni Alexis earlier, yung mga tips na ganyan na abangan natin. And a service ace delivered by Gemma Galanza. 7 points to her name. And they are 2 points away from taking a 2-set advantage. Alohi to Turing. Oh, nice save from De Jesus. Going after that ball. Viray had to extend and reach for that ball and able to convert.
That was the necessary adjustment for Caitlin Viray. Lalo na pag naibato na yung bola at nasa area na wala ka na magagawa kung hindi maghanap ng way para maitawid yan sa kabilang side. Pero napaganda pa as she scored another point for Farm Fresh.
Oh, naabangan si Valdez. Trisha Tubu was right there waiting the entire time. She knew it was gonna go to Eliza.
Solid block there from Trisha Tubu. That's her second kill block of the game.
5-point game. Binigyan ulit si Valdez. It's out. They're asking for a check. It is given.
Substitution for the Cool Smashers. Aliyah Torres will replace Pax Panaga on the service line.
And Creamline back at set point. Aliyah Torres will be serving for the set. Para sa Cool Smashers, 24-18. It's a good serve, Turing. Saved by Negrito. That is tight. Nilipat sa kabila. Chance. Alohi goes to Tubu. And Coach Sherwin joining the action. Papunta sa atin ang bola. Oh, we've been talking about that power tip, that push, whatever you call that play, Neil. And it's been working also for the Foxies.
Trisha Tubu has scored multiple times from that same move.
Oh, Bertolano unable to reach. And Valdez puts it away. And the Creamline Cool Smashers get set number 2. Our point of the set brought to you by Myra. Be Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion. The Phenom with the finishing touch as we go to set 3 after the break.
With Myra Lotions stand out with a brighter skin that just glows. Look at that glow, show us that bright skin. Don't just be bright, be Vita Brighter.
Back inside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig for your PVL on Tour quarterfinals, and the Creamline Cool Smashers are up 2-0 over the Farm Fresh Foxies. Identical scores that you just saw on the board as we take a look at the highlights of what happened there. May nabago ba as compared to set 1? Because the scoreline was pretty much the same for the matchup between Creamline and Farm Fresh.
Well, I think na walang masyadong nagbago. Yes, Farm Fresh had better transition plays compared to set number 1, but the errors were still there in serving. The faulty reception was still there. And right now, hindi pa rin nila na-address yon. But here in the third set, hopefully, they can pass better to Aloy Robbins-Hardy, because when I take a look at the efficiency in attacking, hindi naman nalalayo. 26% for Creamline in set number 2, 27% for the Farm Fresh Foxies. So imagine the damage that the Foxies can do once they figure out kung paano ba nila kaya pumasa against the strong servers of the Cool Smashers.
I mean, you can see it in the numbers, Neil. Yung attacking nga nabanggit mo for Farm Fresh. They're right in that department. They know what to do in that category. Unfortunately, just the errors, a lot of those for the Foxies against Creamline. And again, we mentioned this could be their first semifinals if they go on to win. But Creamline, we know what kind of a team they are, and they're showing it tonight.
Yeah, and they're one set away from completing our semifinals cast. The other teams are just waiting in the wings. But for Farm Fresh, it's not yet over. Dip, so, ikaw na to.
Ako na.
Work your magic.
We'll find out. We'll have to wait and see here in set number 3 kung kayang i-extend ng Farm Fresh Foxies itong laro. But for Creamline, they know the task needed. I'm sure they don't want to extend this any longer. They want to rest before the semifinals next week if they go on to advance. For Farm Fresh, it is a tough task. Their backs against the wall right now, down by 2 sets. But not impossible, as they have had their fair share of challenges and experiences this PVL on tour. Third set underway. And guess what? We start off with an ace for Kyle Negrito.
That's a total of 5 service aces for Kyle Negrito.
we're also used to her getting points with those 1-2s, with the drop balls. Pero lahat ngayong gabi, all from the service line. 5 na ang service ace ni Kyle Negrito. Tubu has 3 to her name. Play continues. Pushed by Valdez. Trisha had to adjust. Long rally for the second sequence of the set. It's kept alive, and Panaga found the opening.
Back-to-back points for Creamline to open the third set. If Creamline wins this in 3 straight sets, they will book that date against the PLDT high-speed hitters.
And all quarterfinals matchups so far have ended in straight sets. PLDT advancing. Signal HT Spikers also winning in straight sets.
We also want to remind all of our viewers, yung semis natin, knockout din yun. It's going to be a 1-game affair between the 4 semifinalists, even in the finals.
Yeah. And Cheritigo, by the way, the latest to enter the semis. But those 4 teams, Neil, will automatically be part of the Invitational Conference as well. We'll talk more about that as we get the support first from Alexis Tinsay.
Dipanil, it's the last game of the quarterfinals. Pero grabe pa din yung sigawan dito sa Phil Sports Arena. As you can see, the audience behind me. And I got to talk to Gemma Galanza before the game for the Creamline Cool Smashers. Without Bernadette Pons, Didge Rodriguez, Gia de Guzman, Bea de Leon, and Tots Carlos out of the picture. That's 5 key Creamline pictures out. They have to triple their effort. Sabi niya, nakita nila lahat ng gustong manalo. Walang oras mag-pause. And one snap, kailangan agad mag-adjust. Kita naman natin in the likes of Sheena Turing, yung pag-ensayo, hindi parang bagong draft lamang. I also asked her, ano yun? Babad ba kayo sa court dahil wala masyadong kapalitan? She shared that every year they train for different positions to be ready. Case in point, Lori Bernardo, who's now adjusting to playing opposite para mas mababad sa court. Panahon na raw ng mga youngsters to showcase their full potential at ipakita ng Creamline that every Cool Smasher is reliable. Ito na ba ang final set and susi sa kanilang semi-final seat? Let's find out here. Back to the panel as Farm Fresh Foxies serves.
Thank you for that, Alexis. Grabe yung roster ng Creamline. When you just see the players, the number of players, and who they are na hindi suited up. Yet, this is the quality of volleyball they play. It's incredible.
And again, Bernadette Pons is one of the biggest names na masasabi kong absent for Creamline because she is that all-around player, that MVP caliber. Well, ang dami namang MVP caliber players dyan, but iba lang talaga yung stability ng isang Bernadette Pons.
And just the number of players that could be in the starting lineup. As you said, MVP caliber. When they are called up, they're ready to contribute, and that's what they're showing here. But this might be one of those close starts in a set for Farm Fresh. Their goal here is to not let Creamline pull away, which is what they've done the past 2 sets. Gumabaw gets a point. She now has 13. And tuloy pa rin yung matchup niya with Trisha Tubu in terms of the scoring department.
Keeping it close in terms of scoring. 13 for Gumabaw, 15 for Trisha Tubu.
Alohi goes to De La Cruz. That's out.
Wasn't a lot of spin in that ball as it sailed outside, so Creamline will hold on to a 4-point lead.
Janela, by the way, is in the game as the libero for Farm Fresh. Valdez, that one into the stands. Unable to control for Farm Fresh. And Eliza puts Creamline up by 5 as we go to the first technical timeout.
Bitin ba kayo sa games? Watch all the replays on PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
Back inside the Phil Sports Arena, as you see the fans of the Creamline Cool Smashers all the way from Saudi Arabia, where our Gilas Pilipinas team is actually in right now, competing as well in the FIBA Asia Cup. Kakapanalo lang din nila earlier and are still in the tournament, by the way. So let's continue to support our national teams. And in a few minutes, it will be the Alas Pilipinas women who will see action against Thailand. Non-stop volleyball tayo tonight, Neil, after this game.
Meron pa bukas. Philippines versus Indonesia for Alas.
But the focus is this one right now for Farm Fresh. They want to extend the match, at least get a set first. The Creamline making it hard for them. Another free ball. Negrito goes for the 1-2. Boy pa. Waiting for a clean execution from either team. This is the one. But Valdez attack was picked up. Dakis is in the game. Her first attempt. But it's out.
Coach Rod is looking for a veteran presence, perhaps inside the court, to lead the team and glue everybody together. The veteran Jack Dionela is also in for Farm Fresh.
And we have seen this work for Farm Fresh in some of their games on the on-tour. Si Dakis makes a change in the complexion of the game. Sort of a spark plug off the bench. Iba rin yung dala niyang experience and leadership. Malayo pa to sa katapusan ng set number 3. As she hears it from the crowd. Rad ready to serve. Chased by Negrito. Valdez will give up a chance. Viray. That drops for Caitlin Viray.
Almost in double digits for Farm Fresh. 8 to be exact.
Five to 9 is almost a service ace, but Valdez able to keep it alive. They go to Cruz, who breaks that solo block.
That's what we missed. Actually, yung slide attack, yun yung isa sa mga pinaka-effective na points of attack for Risa Cruz. From her Adamson days to the early days of Farm Fresh.
And Coach Sherwin senses some danger here, calls for time.
Pag ginawa mo yung cross, pumasok, hindi madidepensahan.
Yes, mine.
Kaya mo malinis sa cross niya.
Okay.
Okay, pasa tayo. Siniserve nila ng malakas, so kailangan lang, pag nawalan tayo ng receive, maganda yung set para mapalo. Let's go. Okay.
Go! Hey, Ole, Creamline!
Coach Sherwin just loves to simplify things. Pag pangit yung pasa, pagandahin lang natin yung set, then convert. Ganun lang kasimple yung instructions niya. And he also gave instructions to Eliza Valdez that you have to commit to a certain angle. If you want the defender to have a clear view on that running attack of Risa Cruz, you have to give her that cross-court angle. Wag mo nang abutin. You stick to the down the line para masunod yung defensive pattern.
And throughout the years, I'm sure, alam na ng players niya. Valdez and the rest of the ladies, alam na nila ano yung gusto ni Coach Sherwin makita on the court. And they respond immediately after that timeout with a point.
Eliza Valdez is just behind Michelle Gumabaw in scoring. 9 points for Eliza.
Oh, they let that one go. They watch the ball drop, and Eliza Valdez delivers an ace for Creamline to put them up by 5.
He's now in the double-digit mark as well. That ball just dropped near the end line.
At yun yung mga nakakapanghinayang. But lucky for them, it was immediately returned, that point given up. Dahil sa service error ni Valdez, Risa Cruz will be the one tasked to serve for Farm Fresh. 7-11 ang ating score. Galanza popped up by Cruz. Here comes Viray. Valdez with a pickup. Negrito goes back to Gemma. Oh, Cruz able to save. Another try. And she won't be stopped this time.
Kyle Negrito has been using her middles as effective decoys.
Spike of the set brought to you by Dunkin, pasalubong ng bayan. Robin Sardi back sets. Negrito with the timing there. Good cover, which bothered Farm Fresh.
Creamline is starting to pull away here in the third set. It's now or never for the Foxies. Again, this is a knockout game. The winner will proceed to the semifinals.
Viray. Takis with the extension to keep the ball up. Tubu out of target. And after cutting the lead down to a few points, they have given up, I believe, 5 straight or 4 straight. Pito ang lamang ng Cool Smashers. And they're looking to add to that. Gemma's attack was dug by Tubu. She will go for the attack. Back row from Valdez. Why not? Why not for the Phenom, who now has 11.
She's looking to tie the output of Michelle Gumabao. Look at that. Liza Valdez flying in from the back row, just avoiding the hands of the blockers of the Foxies.
Classic pipe attack from Liza Valdez. And there's no turning back here for the Cool Smashers. We're up big by 8. A win here will send them to the semifinals of our PVL on tour and will complete the cast for the upcoming Invitational Conference as well.
Serving for the Foxies, Alohi Robbins Hardy.
Panaga. Good reflex from Dakis. And they convert it into a point.
Another power tip for Trisha Tubu will give her her 16th point.
Looking for signs of life for the Foxies. Mababa yun for Panaga. They are arguing that someone might have touched it on the way out, but it was too high, I believe.
No challenge from Coach Sherwin.
But I get their point dahil ang tangkad ni Alohi, so she could have actually gotten a piece of that. But point stays. Oh, the delay in set. And Panaga almost got it. Second try. Isa pa kay Pangs. And they connect. As we get to the second technical timeout, Creamline up by 6.
Player highlights, we got you covered. Subscribe now to the PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
Back inside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig, take a look at that sequence earlier before the technical timeout. Negrito making sure that she gives another chance to her teammate, and Pangs Panaga rewarding that setup as they are up by 6. 9 points away from winning the match and from another semifinals appearance in a Premier Volleyball League. They have been a mainstay in those stages of our league. And Farm Fresh, I'm not too worried about them. Coach Lodi has a lot of wisdom in him, Neil. He talks about how This has been a tournament of growth. They might have not even expected to be
Trisha Tubu.
this far because of the new system. But they will take it, and he will try to fix what he saw in this tournament moving forward.
They've been together for what? Couple of weeks, months pa lang. So, young stage pa rin yung Farm Fresh, I would say, with the injection of the new coach. It will take time. But the pieces are already there for Farm Fresh. They just have to try to connect everybody together.
Meanwhile, we just saw a couple of incredible saves from both teams. Janela doing it for Farm Fresh. Buhay pa. It's a long rally alert. Scrambling here. Tubu will try. Valdez says it's mine. Negrito looks at the options. Galanza goes up. Project unstoppable right now. Her teammates applauding her. Atienza also doing the same. Back and forth. Walang hulugan. Joust. And that point goes to the Cool Smashers. After a long rally.
Last touch was on Lorin Doring, but that's probably the best rally of the game. Hats off to Jack Janela for saving a lot of balls for her team.
Exciting the crowd inside Phil Sports, but they will first call a timeout.
Play one ball at a time. There's no score, no nothing. Okay, Galanza serving. Okay, when the ball goes in this direction, it's always loopy. Okay, to 5, it varies, but it's not very hard. Okay, so we can use it. Let's risk to go too tight. All right, let's go. One at a time. One at a time.
Let's go!
Nika Celis, one of the newest Creamline Cool Smashers as well, was drafted in the recent PVL rookie draft. Also had a couple of stints in the On Tour. But their team looking good. Looking so good.
That's been their game plan from the start to the end, is to serve hard and target those corners, challenge those lines.
Off the hands, Trisha
Pasagot si Trisha Tubu, who has 18 points.
Substitution for Farm Fresh, number 18, Torin out. Number 11,
Pierre Abellana will again see action to serve for Farm Fresh. Papalitan niya si Lorin Turing.
Serving for Farm Fresh, Pierre
Down by
Abellana.
6. Steady first ball for Valdez. They go to Panaga. Saved by Abellana. Dakis gets a point for Farm Fresh. First one for Rad.
Out of system play once again for the Farm Fresh Foxies, but Rachel Andakis was able to convert.
5 ang hinahabol ng Farm Fresh. Another serve in for Pierre. It's a good serve. Valdez had to make an extra step. Chance for the Foxies. They go to Tubu. Kept alive. Eliza waits for it. Biliana with the pickup. They go to Dakis. Short, but play continues. No whistle. Creamline stopping the play as they will challenge for a block touch.
If this is unsuccessful, the point will go to Farm Fresh. They will be challenging that attack from Rachel Andakis. They are claiming that nobody touched that ball.
And probably just make it harder for Farm Fresh to come back. If ever the Cool Smashers get this challenge, might just put it away and seal the deal for them. Creamline, we have talked about their performance here in the PVL on tour. There were some inconsistencies that we saw, Neil, but come playoff time, Creamline comes out. Kyle Negrito said at the top of this coverage that they will play the Creamline way, and we are very familiar with how they play at this stage of the tournament.
There was no block touch. So that will be successful for Creamline. They will also get the point.
Maria
Torres is set to check in for Panaga.
Substitution for Creamline.
To do serving duties as well as defense at the back.
Serving for the Cool Smashers, Aliyah Torres.
Back to a 6-point advantage for the Cool Smashers. Oh, misreceived by Viray. Free ball. Negrito will go to the middle. But Turing couldn't keep it in. That is too long for the middle blocker.
Another free point for Farm Fresh. Lead is down to 5.
You like that feed though by Negrito to their rookie. There's room for error for Creamline. Kyle back sets. Gumabaw. That one into the stands. 14 points for MG.
Before, outside hitters kadalasan yung nasa top scorers when you check the stats after the games. But right now, it has been the opposite hitters. Michelle Gumabaw and Trisha Tubu. They're taking up their space.
So whatever the answers are of our viewers on Pilipinas Live,
parehong tama.
Win-win, win-win, di ba? Walang talo. Tamang contribution lang for both of the opposites from Trisha Tubu and Michelle Gumabaw. 5-point lead. Negrito mistimed or wasn't sure what to do with the ball. Not yet out of the woods.
Yep. Don't look now. Only a 4-point lead. That is manageable for the Foxies.
Which is why game face is still on for the Cool Smashers. Negrito sets up Valdez. Saved by Viray. They go to Cruz. Another point. Another conversion. And the lead is down to just 3.
Timeout, Creamline.
Creamline calls for time as we listen in to their huddle.
Hindi pa naman tapos.
Yes, coach. Yes, coach.
Sir, pumasok po yung bola sa kanila, parang hindi natin alam na running isa lang ang block doon. Isa lang, ha? Okay? Reminder lang, huwag maging careless. Nasa kabila yung bola. Sige ang galaw natin eh. Alam niyo naman yung gagawin.
Yes, coach.
Okay.
Hey, orange, Creamline!
Trying to stop this run mounted by the Farm Fresh Foxies. Let's see what they do after the timeout. That one, a point from Riza Cruz. Sometimes when you play without pressure like that, gusto mo lang humabol, that's when you start to feel more calm.
When Riza Cruz is in the front row, yung slide attack yung pinaka-efficient na point of attack nila, so they can keep on going to that slide.
You get a stop. Another offensive chance. Taken advantage. Riza Cruz with 4 points in the set for a total of 6 to her name.
That's a recognition we want to see from Aloy Robbins-Hardy. You have the hot hands in Riza Cruz. Just keep on giving the perfect height or setting that perfect height dun sa slide attack so that she can work her magic.
Dalawa na lang ang hinahabol ng Farm Fresh. The 1-2 already dropped. The whistle by the first referee. And Farm Fresh will not challenge. What a gutsy move by Kyle Negrito. Just when Farm Fresh was coming back, she pulls off that move. At yun yung nakapagtapos nung rally. 21-18. Oh, service error. Still leaving an opening for Farm Fresh here in this match.
Farm Fresh is getting a lot of chances from Creamline. The ball is on their side now.
Yeah, it's up to them to grab it and take it. Good short serve. Negrito with the underhand set to Galanza. Another try. Bit of a mistime. It goes over. Pinalo ni Gamit. And she gets the point.
Early gift from the Farm Fresh Foxies. But there will be a challenge from Farm Fresh. It is going to be a net fault challenge against Mitch Gamit.
All-important challenge here in set number 3 for the Farm Fresh Foxies. They have not given up despite trailing by as many as 8 in this set. The biggest lead of Creamline in this game was at 9 back in the first set. But we love the fight from the young ladies of Farm Fresh.
Well, they were able to fix a couple of things na hindi nag-work ng first 2 sets. Yes, meron pa ring aces yung Creamline against them. But yung first point of attack nila and transition offense nila, mas gumagana na. We saw a lot of slide attacks from Robbins Hardy and Risa Cruz. Rachel Andakis is also helping on offense. Kahit na hindi ganun kadaming sets na napupunta sa kanya. And we also have to applaud Check Jonella. Again, we saw the sequence wherein she had multiple digs against the attackers of Creamline. Clearly, there was no net fault.
I was looking at that left hand sa pag-angat niya, pero naiwas niya yun. Talking about Mitch Gamit. So that is an unsuccessful challenge for Coach Lodi and the Foxies. And the official score will be 22-19. 3-point lead for Creamline. 3 points away from winning the match and advancing to the semifinals. Robbins Hardy tosses it to Viray off the block. She has gone to that play all throughout the match, and it has been effective for Caitlin Viray.
She's almost in double digits as well. 9 points for Caitlin Viray. She is the second top scorer next to Trisha Tubu. Parang given na in every game, Trisha Tubu will be on top when it comes to scoring.
Nagiging komportable. Gemma Galanza. That one kept alive by the Foxies. Kyle back to Gemma. And Galanza gets the point. Now in double digits with 10.
Creamline was already asking for a 4 touches violation. Wasn't given by the first referee.
No problem, says Gemma on that sequence. As she puts her team back up by 3. Not the player that you want on the service line if you're Farm Fresh. Gemma once more. Kept up by Farm Fresh. Tough set. Tubu waits for it. And that's going to be a violation called net fault on Pangs Panaga.
And she knew it. Tingin pa lang ni Pangs Panaga pagkababa from that block.
Inintay lang niya.
Alam niya na.
Oh, there you go. That left hand of Pangs Panaga. This is only a 2-point game, but an unfortunate error for Caitlin Viray. The worst timing possible. And Creamline at match point. Takis, chance here. Gemma with the extension. Valdez is stopped. Not yet done.
They refuse to give up. Trisha Tubu is just leading her team. Trying to lead by example by scoring a lot.
One match point saved Can this be it? Gumabaw. Turing was there. Robbins Hardy sets up Trisha Tubu. And they're still alive. The lead down to a single point. 2 match points saved. And Coach Lodi looking at the board.
This is where composure kicks in.
Hindi pa tatapos.
20 big points for Trisha Tubu. Wow.
Service in. Another one for Mitch. She hits the antenna. And we are tied at 24 all. What a comeback by Farm Fresh.
What happened? Ginapang nila yung lamang ng Creamline. They took advantage of those small balls from the Cool Smashers.
And what about the calm serving of Lorin Turing? Again to Gumabaw, and finally, they get a point out of that play. Kanina pa nila yung sinusubukan. And they're able to end that run by Farm Fresh, and another match point for the Cool Smashers.
As I said, composure is very important in the end game, especially when you're up 2 sets to love.
Oh! With the help of the net, Pangs Panaga will have to thank the service gods. And Creamline advances to the semifinals of our PVL on tour. Our point of the set brought to you by Myra. Be Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion. Oh, that will hurt for Farm Fresh. They were so close to saving this set. A lucky break for Creamline on that sequence. They will take it. But they also have themselves to thank for playing with dominance in this match as they eliminate the Farm Fresh Foxies. But again, the young team, a bright future with Coach Lodi at the helm. Sabi niya, they will take what they can get out of this tournament. Whether it's a loss or a win, they will know what to work on moving forward. Our final scores and this one.
It started with an ace, and it will also end in an ace. Heavy serving
Right.
for Creamline did the job for them.
We'll wrap this one up. We'll take a short break. We'll be back here on One Sports. Back after that short break, we're still here inside the Phil Sports Arena to wrap this one up. And our player of the game is with our very own Alexis Tinsay.
Here with me is player of the game, no other than Kyle Negrito with 21 excellent sets and 6 points. Congratulations, Kyle. In 3 powerful sets, nakuha nyo ang seat sa semifinals. Congratulations. Kamusta na yung pakiramdam? Ano yung pakiramdam na ngayon? You finally secured the last spot for the semifinals.
Yes. I'm just so happy right now na nakapasok kami sa semifinals. Siyempre, yung team naman, isa-isa lang din yung goal. First is makapasok ng quarterfinals, and now, nakuha namin yung goal namin for today, which is makapasok ng semi. So, super happy.
And Kyle, kanina, all throughout the sets, you were helping spreading the offense, but at the same time, you were creating offense yourself. So, ano yung sekreto dun sa apoy mo kanina all sets long?
Siguro disiplina lang din talaga. Kasi sa training naman, pinapractice naman talaga namin yan. Target service. So, happy ako na nagawa ko siya today.
And Kyle, also, what can we expect sa ating Creamline Cool Smashers pagdating sa semifinals, facing an undefeated team like PLDT?
I know it's not gonna be easy, lalo na facing PLDT. Siyempre, mataas din yung kumpiyansa nila this conference. Kami, focus lang kami sa Creamlines, sa system, tiwala sa mga coaches, and kung anong tatrabahuhin namin sa training pa lang.
And of course, batiin mo naman ang ating Cool Smashers fans here dito sa Phil Sports Arena, and of course, your family and loved ones watching you from home.
Sa lahat po ng fans ng Creamline Cool Smashers! Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for coming out tonight. Magkita-kita po tayo sa semi-finals. See you, everybody. And I just want to say hi to my mom, Mami Donna. Hi, I love you. And to my family and Groot.
Congratulations again, Kyle Negrito and the rest of the Creamline Cool Smashers. See you in the semifinals. Let's go back to the panel.
Thank you, Alexis. And there you have it. Kyle Negrito and the Creamline Cool Smashers advance to the semifinals. PLDT awaits as the matchup, the contenders for the PVL on tour. And we take a look at the highlights of what happened here. Neil, first two sets, nabanggit natin, halos pareho lang. The first ball was shaky. In the third set, though, sobrang lapit nung dulo. And Farm Fresh, they did not give up. Almost gave a scare to the Cool Smashers.
In the tail end of set number 3, I felt like medyo nag-relax yung Creamline. That's why they were giving a lot of free points to the Farm Fresh Foxies. But ultimately, they simplified this game. They scored a lot from the service line. They defended the net. And they were composed, as always.
Yeah. That is the perfect word to describe what they showed tonight against the young Foxies, who will draw a lot of experience from this tournament. But this is where their run ends. Coach Lodi will have more time to train with his players, get to know the Farm Fresh Foxies, and in the next tournament, hopefully even do better. But nothing to take away from their squad. For the Creamline Cool Smashers, these are their numbers across the board for the match.
I only want to point out to the serving category, 10 versus 4. Just by looking at that stat line, malalaman mo na kung paano nag-unfold yung 3 straight sets win ng Creamline.
5 ace galing kay Kyle Negrito, 2 from Gemma Galanza, 1 each from Panaga and Gumabaw. That was definitely a game changer for Creamline against Farm Fresh. It set the tone, and they did not look back. And we're all set. The quarterfinals are done. 4 teams remaining for our PVL on tour. PLDT will face Creamline. Signal will meet with Cherry Tigo. Next week we go to the Big Dome, and we will find out who will enter the finals for our 2025 PVL on tour. The best of the best will still see action on Tuesday. Game 1, 4 p.m. The HC Spikers take on the Crossovers on August 12 at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. And for our second game at 6:30 p.m., it'll be the PLDT High Speed Hitters taking on the Creamline Cool Smashers. You have to be there. Don't miss it. And we'll see you all next week for more volleyball action. On behalf of Alexis Tinsay, my partner Neil Flores, our director Marvin Chavez, my name is Dip Dipiaco, saying thank you for watching as always. And let's cheer on our national team. We move on to watch them and support them as well. This is the heart of volleyball.